Good morning and happy Wednesday. Welcome back to the Daily Grind. I'm your host, Chump Change. This is live and recorded. For anybody that might be new here, what we typically do is go over crypto news in the space, update myself, bring you guys along for the ride. CZ sentenced to 4 months in prison.
Bruh.
That's it. I'm kind of shocked. I'm a little shocked, a little taken back, and he's still going to be a billionaire when he gets out, so that's kind of crazy. Anyways, let's see who's here in the chat, and then we're gonna get into this. Mr. Leo Lustig, good morning, sir. We got Mr. Max Voltage in the house. I know nothing. I absolutely love that name. Mining to fill my bags, Chris Hanley, good to see you, buddy. Sustainable Crypto, Andrew Masai, Kyle Rosa, all set. What's up, dude? Patrick Guyan, my man.
Perfect.
Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Black At Team, good to see you, buddy. Dumpster Fire, Charles Harris. I already said Andrew Masad. Everybody else I may have missed, I apologize. Let's get into this. All right. Oh my gross. Look at this market. This is terrible. $57,885 Bitcoin. We're going to zero, people. You guys prepared? BTFD. I love it. Absolutely. Buy the dip, guys. Listen, sell in May and go away is one of those things that we've heard forever, and it's literally every single year there's always something in May that everybody sells off, and there's usually a pullback. So to each his own, do what you want, but now's the time to start DCA, in just my opinion. All right, Ethereum 2910. Ethereum's actually only dropped about $100. That's not bad at all. Solana's down about $10 from yesterday, right? $123. We got LTC down 2.4% today on at $77. We got Caspa at 10.6. Actually, I think Caspa went close to 9 cents, if I'm not mistaken. Very good buying opportunities for all this stuff. Dogecoin is only at 12.5 cents. BNB's down today. Bitcoin Cash. Oh wait, there was something about this. That guy, that Bitcoin Jesus guy that created Bitcoin Cash or something, he got bagged as well for, like, I don't know if it was money laundering or tax evasion, or I forget. Damn, I totally forgot about that yesterday. ETC's down to $24. Everything else is looking pretty good, dude. Just fire sale, honestly, everywhere. ADA 43 cents. I think that's a great buy, just my opinion. All right, let's look at crypto bubbles. Biggest loser on the day looks to be Arweave right here, 17% down on the day, 27.67. We have Stacks down 9.9% to $2.05. We got Starknet over here at $1.27, up 12.2%. We have Atom up 10.2%. This is a good time, by the way. If you guys are capitalizing on anything that's up, flip it into something that's down. Probably a good move, right? I mean, depending on what it is. But Optimism is up to $2.66, up 14.7% today. Nothing else really jumping out at me. Toncoin down 6.7%. I wonder if that, oh no, it's still ranked 9th. I was gonna say, I wonder if that flipped out of the top 10. We have WorldCoin up 3.3% to $4.48. Dot is up 5.5% to $6.55. Pepe's down 6% today. Bonk's down 2.3. All the meme coins doing kind of shitty. Jasmy's down 4.9%. Say is down 6.9, and HNT is down 6 to $5.13. HBAR is actually up 3.1%, but it's still under 10 cents. Crazy. All right, flashbang fear and greed index. Let's see, we got a 54. This is perfect in my opinion. This is what we needed. We needed a neutral territory on the fear and greed chart. This is a good thing. I know you guys might be nervous, and it's horrible to look at your portfolio right now, but listen, this is what you want. The market needs a reset for big people to come in and purchase more. Once more people come in, you know, the space will expand as a whole, because then, you know, everybody, all the Timmies that are scared and selling their shit off will jump back in, and then guess what? Then we're all making money. All right, top 10 coins. Buy coin market cap over on CoinGecko. After we check out the trending, we have Trueflation, Bitcoin, and Solana. Those are the 3 trending coins. Interesting. All right, top 10 coins: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, BNB, Solana, USDC. We have XRP, Lido Staked Ether, Dogecoin, and Toncoin. Looks like Toncoin's in 10th place, looking at a $16.4 billion market cap. Look at that. I wonder if Cardano's going to jump up and flip it. That'd be pretty nice. I think Cardano deserves the 10th spot and not Toncoin. Just my opinion. But it's nice to see Dogecoin up in 9th still. Let's see, Litecoin again in 22nd place, $77. ETC I think is going to be a sleeping giant this bull run. We're going to have to see, but 24.65. Let's see. Actually, how far is that down? That's down a lot. 85% from the last bull run. So you guys be prepared. Caveman, what's up, dude? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Yusuf, you as well. Good morning, sir. All right, let's see. What am I doing? Where am I going? Let's see what Caspa is looking like. Quick, Caspa 46th place, 10 cents, 1066. Let's see. Let's go to the max chart. So the low here is about 9 cents. I mean, this chart sucks ass, obviously, but I mean, we're still in the downwards flag formation, right? So, man, you know what? Caspa was pumping when everything else was down, so I'm wondering if we're going to see Caspa raise here and everything else continue to stay down in May. What do you guys think about that? Do you think it's going to happen or not? Meow. What's up, DJ? Are you telling me to look at Meow Coin? I hope not. I don't think so. Oh, if I could spell right, that would be why. I was like, what is going on? Let's see. No, that's down. Okay, you weren't talking about that. All right, Aletheum, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Aletheum, let's see what Aletheum's at. Up 2.8% on the day. Nice. That's better than seeing it in the red. What's Pyron at? Because I'm mining Pyron over to a mineable. Let's see, 4 cents. Man, honestly, Pyron's been doing better than I thought, though. I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was going to be gone. I honestly thought it was going to be gone by this time, but maybe I'll swap back over to Aletheum today. Mine that instead of Pyron. What do you guys think? Let's see. Jim C said, I used to have respect for Roger Ver. I don't know who that is. After he went anti-BTC, dude became really unlikable. I don't even know who the hell that is. I've never heard of that guy in my life. Let's see. Hey, Max, this is your favorite one. You want me to say it? I won't do it to you today. It's a bit tenser, I know. All right, let's get on the mining segment of things. See what we're looking like over here. You guys know I like to timestamp this. See the most profitable units on the market today. We have the KS5 Pro 21 terahash making 73.80. Oh, Roger, that's his name. Bitcoin Jesus. Okay, I got you. I don't know his full name, to be honest. I got you. All right, KS5 again. 21 terahash, $73.80 with KS5. 20 terahash unit making $70.29. We got the AL box still in third place. Actually is up from yesterday. It's at 54.50 today. This is the 360 gigahash unit at 180 watts. Crazy. And guys, listen, again, the whole market's pulling back, and look at these miners. Like, yes, they're expensive, right? But with the price of Caspa being down, these things are still all top of the charts, and that's why I think Caspa's going to do like fantastic over the next couple forever, to be honest. I don't know, it's just crazy. It's crazy. I really want to see what happens with Aletheum, though. Aletheum's one of those hit or miss for me. I think it's doing pretty well, though. It's been a couple weeks and it's still holding on to the top of the charts. In the top 10, that's where it's I don't know. The big ones are going to be coming soon, and then we're gonna have to see what this one does. KS5L 12 terahash unit making $30.65 a day. We got the BMKS Max 11 terahash unit making $23.76. We got the Windminer K9 10.3 terahash unit making $23.56. Let's see, the X16P is in the 9th spot. Wow, look at that. We got $14.97 a day. It's the 5.8 gigahash unit. This is the ETC or ETHW and ZIL miner from Jingle Mining. I still think this one's too expensive, but I think this is going to kill it in the bull run, to be honest. We have the Ice River KS3 8 terahash unit making $13.72 per day. We have the X16Q top of the charts today. Look at that. Might have to plug this thing in. It's probably not profitable at my rate, but we'll see. We got mining ETHW and ZIL over here. This is the 1950 again at making $5.17 a day. The KS3M 6 terahash unit making $3.09 a day. Man, these ones are getting thrown down. That's crazy. The Gold Shell KA box, $2.54 a day. That's a 1.18 terahash of 400 watts. You know what? I kind of want to get one of these, but at the same time, I don't want to spend the money on Caspa miner. That's like this. I don't know. It's like a hit or miss for me, but this would be cool in the solar trailer just because it's the low wattage. We have the Ice River KS2 2 terahash unit making, am I seeing this right? 55 cents a day.
Bruh.
No, wait, Hold on. I'm still at fucking 30 cents. Are you shitting me? That's from yesterday. Oh my God, dude. I almost had a fucking heart attack. What is happening? I didn't even notice that. Did anybody notice that? Did anybody tell me that in the chat? You guys all sleeping with me over here. I'm not doing this all again. I'm not doing it again, but the highest profitability is $90 instead of the 70. Oh my God. I forgot I was on 30 cents, bro. I was like, what is happening here? Well, hey, that's cool though. That's good news for me. The X16Q is actually profitable at my rate, like $5 a day. I'm gonna plug that shit in. God damn, I was like really concerned right there. I was really concerned. Oh my God. Wait a minute though. Oh no, it was still 52 bucks, right? It was just a little bit less. Man, I just got thrown off real hard. All right, the KS2 is actually making $6.42 a day at 10 cents kilowatt hour. Jesus. We got the Antminer L7. This is I'm running mine down at Terra Hosting. Shout out to them. 10 cents kilowatt hour. If you guys are interested in hosting, you don't have to pay the gross electric rate you have. $8.10 a day. This is going down actually. This is going down. And that's it's kind of unfortunate, but at the same time it goes off the Litecoin and Dogecoin, mostly Dogecoin to be honest. So if Dogecoin is 12.5 cents, it's like 85% profit ability on that unit into Dogecoin, right? So it just says Litecoin here, but you guys, you know the gist. The KS1 1 terahash unit making $3.21 a day. Man, I can't believe I was looking at 30 cents. I didn't even know it. Crypto Frank, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. We got the KS0 Pro 200 gigahash unit making 69 cents a day. Bruh. Terrible, but at the same time it's still profitable, so that's cool. It's not too bad, right? The Ice River KS0, if anybody's got one of these, the 100 gigahash unit, if you got 10 cents kilowatt hour, you're making 31 cents a day. It's not nothing fancy, let's put it at that. But man, I really scared myself. I thought I was like I thought I was gonna be negative today on like everything. That's crazy. Anyways, let's move on to GPUs. We got a lot of shit I want to go over, or stuff rather, excuse the language. All right, we got Ironfish over here, top of the charts. What in the hell? Why is the 170HX above the 4090? Weird. Anyways, Ironfish top of the charts. We got Ironfish and Pyron. Nexa also top of the charts. How's Nexa doing actually? And check that out. Nexa, let's see. Never mind. Never mind. We got Cortex here for the 4080 as well. Ergo and Pyron on the 3080 Ti. Ergo and Pyron on the 3080 12 gigabyte. Nice. Honestly, everything's like Ironfish to some effect. Dual mining by itself. We have Xano for the 7900 XT. Firo for the 90HX, which is crazy. Ravencoin on the 6800 XT is in the top of the charts there. AE over there. Isn't that like Axie Affinity or what is it called? No, it's Eternity. Eternity, is that supposed to say that? The Eternity? I don't know. Anybody mining this coin? Is anybody mining this coin? Oh wow, it's on a bunch of exchanges. Huh. Weird. I've never held it. Never mind it. Let's see. Grin for the 6900 XT. Nice. Graham 6950. Conflux and Pyron on the 3070 Ti. Nice. Dynex. You know what is Dynex looking like in Flux? Someone said Flux actually. Let's look at Dynex quick. Wow, Dynex is down hard, huh? Bruh. That's really shitty. That's crazy. Man, I didn't know it was that far down. It's actually might be a good buying opportunity. Let's see, Flux. 84 cents. Look at that. We still have room to grow. I mean, go down rather. And then it'll probably pop again. Let's see, what's the max? Hey, at least we broke some lower, higher lows that, or yeah, no, lower highs. I don't even know. Yeah, lower highs, is that how you say it? We broke that at least. That's cool. I haven't looked at Flux in a while. I sold it like 44 cents to buy some Caspa stuff and I never looked back. But Flux could be a good purchase, to be honest, this run. All right, let's check out new coins, see if there's anything over here. We have the AI D-Pin is still top of the charts. This is top Top as in this is the newest coin. Living off two buzzwords. I don't know if, like, listen, Timmy, if you want to buy in, this is the coin for you. This is both in one, and it's just the name. I don't know if it actually does anything, but please be aware, be careful. All right, Keva coin halving in 11 days with Pyron going through a fifth inning in 20 days in Ethereum Classic. I'm excited for this one. He's going through a fifth inning as well, 2.56 to 2.048, which is going to be interesting. Honestly, I really like Ethereum Classic, and I think it's going to do well in the long term. All right, let's move on to the news segment of things. Get into this. Binance founder CZ sentenced to 4 months for allowing... Wait, what? For allowing money laundering? Oh, for him allowing money laundering on the platform. Gotcha. All right, let's get into this. This is King 5 Seattle. If you guys are interested, go check it out. Links in the description. Let's do it.
Unprecedented sentence in a white-collar case. Today, a Seattle judge ordered the co-founder of the world's largest crypto firm to serve 4 months in prison. The Department of Justice says that his company, Binance, failed to prevent money laundering. King 5's Erica Zuko reports.
The judge says the sentence balances out a number of factors. On one side, Changpeng Zhao has no criminal history, received 160 letters of support, and has pledged to do philanthropy moving forward. On the other, he says it is a serious offense with no past case of this scale and impact to compare it to. Changpeng Zhao, known by the crypto community as CZ, left the federal courthouse in downtown Seattle Tuesday with his head held high. He told the judge he recognized the seriousness of his mistakes and pledged to spend the next chapter of his life building a free education platform.
I love these drawings. Look at his face. What is happening? Dude, this is the best. You guys see the SBF ones? Like, one made the guy look like a goddamn superhero, and the other ones looked like the painter just had a stroke halfway through the painting. It's like terrible.
For underprivileged kids. Cameras are not allowed in federal courts, but sketches show moments in the packed courtroom full of CZ supporters and federal attorneys who built a case zeroing in on the harm they say his decisions created.
This was an intentional act, and this intentional act by the CEO and by Binance made the company large and profitable.
Zhao co-founded Binance, the world's largest crypto firm, and pleaded guilty to failing to maintain an anti-money laundering program, allowing bad actors to exchange funds related to drugs and terrorism. Court proceedings attracted international attention.
Do you guys hear that FUD bullshit they throw in there? Drugs and terrorism, like what? Get the fuck out of here.
Including in Seattle, where some tech workers say they've been following the news closely.
It's like they literally have to just throw that stuff in. Yeah, crypto's evil. That's exactly what they try to get, like, their point across, and that's what, like, freaks people out. It's so stupid.
I think it's just the CZ himself, and he's industry leader. He's a community icon for the whole community. He has built a awesome exchange, Binance, and helped millions and millions of customers get into crypto, and he really made a lot of contribution for the community.
In court, prosecutors acknowledge Zhao is not Sam Bankman-Fried, the founder of crypto firm FTX, who faces 25 years in prison for fraud. But they say Zhao's offense, a failure to comply with U.S. laws, made more dangerous activities possible. Both sides see this as a new chapter moving forward.
This was an epic day that the CEO, the former CEO over the largest cryptocurrency trading platform in the world, was sentenced to prison.
Happy to see this milestone is passed, and a lot more good things are coming.
Zhao has already paid a $50 million fine, and Binance will pay a $4 billion fine. He will keep the rest of his fortune, and Binance will continue operating. Reporting in
This dude's gonna have like a Bugatti pick him up when he gets out of jail in 4 months. He's still gonna be a billionaire when he gets out.
Seattle, Erica Zuko,
I
King 5 News.
think he's on like on the top like Forbes list or whatever for billionaires in the world. Like it's crazy. Shout out to King 5 Seattle, whatever that is. All right, CZ's 4 month sentence seems minimal for the crime committed. Legal expert. Let's see what Coin Desk over here has to say. Oh, shout out to them. They got 99,000 subs. Damn, they're close to 100K. Hell yeah, let's do it.
Binance co-founder and former CEO CZ has been sentenced to 4 months in prison. This after pleading guilty to violating the Bank Secrecy Act in November last year. Joining me now to unpack the sentencing and what this means moving forward is Katie Charleston. Katie, thanks so much for joining me on such short notice.
you for having me.
All right, let's get right into it. We've been waiting for this sentencing. CZ, like I said, pled guilty in November last year. Are you surprised he got 4 months?
There, obviously was quite a difference between what the plea agreement was versus what was argued in court by the prosecutors. But even more so, based on the billionaire that he's made himself by avoiding following the laws, it seems like this is a minimal sentence for the crime that's been committed. The judge
10 minutes to midnight said CZ is the fall guy. Fall guy for who? That was an interesting comment. Fall guy for who? I'm just wondering. I'm not trying to call you out. I really don't know.
very much listened to the probation recommendation, went even more lenient, I think, than the probation recommendation. So I think he's focused more on the type of crime versus the cause and effect, and how this foreigner basically evaded U.S. law and made himself billions. I think we also need to keep in the back of our mind that there were some sealed documents that were presented to the court that we don't know what was in them, right? They remain confidential, and so I'm sure that had some sort of impact on the judge's ruling.
I wonder like how they treat a billionaire in jail. Like, do they give you your own cell? Like, are you segregated off like in the corner because they don't want people to, like, I don't know, do something to you? Like, how does that work in jail? Is it just like a freaking, a staycation? You're just in the cell for a couple months and that's it, like by yourself, and we'll see you every couple hours for food.
I wonder if you're able to speculate a little bit for me here. You said there were some sealed documents revealed to the court. In a case like this, what could those have been? Any thoughts, ideas?
It's hard to speculate on these things. I mean, I would be just guessing, but, it could be anything from, the defendant potentially having some sort of illness that will, affect the longevity of his life versus, a plans he has for the future, or things that are pending for him now outside of prison, a new baby, some sort of life event that would have some sort of effect on the judge's position as to whether or not he should remain in jail for long.
That's crazy. I wonder what the reasoning was.
So it really could be.
It's probably like, hey, listen, judge, you don't put me in jail, I'll give you a couple mil.
Anything. This is, of course,
make it short. I'll give you some
but
money.
On that note, his family members were
Bitcoin,
in court
because it's for criminals, right?
today. There were also 161 letters that were written in support for a lenient sentence. How much, in your experience, does family presence add to a judge looking at you and looking at the facts before them and making a more lenient decision?
I think it could.
Mental Mining UK said he's probably in a high protection wing. Oh, by the way.
It's a fucking good.
Thanks for showing up, Geek of All Trades. He's definitely paying to keep that. I almost read that. I hate you.
Have a great deal of an effect. As a former prosecutor, I've seen these things happen. Obviously, we've seen them publicly in the news as well, but it really can make a difference if there's a lot of support for a defendant versus nobody submitting anything to the courtroom to vouch for the defendant. So here that may have had some impact. I think more or less the judge's position came down to this being more of a white collar crime. If this was an injury to a person type crime or type case, it would definitely have gone differently, I think. But that being said, we do have, again, someone in this case, it's a Canadian resident conducted in the U.S. and evading laws, and I think that really it could have just come down to the judge that this defendant got that allowed for the lenient sentence.
Real quick, Crypto KJ said, I would say they made him the fall guy, as in to show what can happen if you let your exchange do shady shiz. More like an example. That makes sense, actually. Okay, I get it in that regard. I thought he meant like a fall guy for somebody specific. I was like, oh, who is it? What are you talking about?
Could the lenient sentence be attributed to the fact that maybe CZ or Binance have said that they didn't know they were evading laws? This notion of there not being any clear regulation in the United States when it comes to trading in crypto. Is that something that you think the judge took into consideration?
I don't, because the judge even mentioned during the sentencing that it bothered him that the defendant was calling this a mistake when he essentially was asking for forgiveness. Look, we're talking about a pretty savvy individual to be able to pull off this type of crime and walk away a billionaire.
Right.
I don't think that would have affected the judge's position as far as sentencing. Also, we're looking at his business is carrying on, right? It may not be in the U.S. now. It looks like
I think he still owns 90% or some bullshit like that of the business. Does he not? He's just not the CEO or whatever.
There might be some future opportunities depending on if they get their ducks in a row as far as following the law. But we've got a defendant who's set up an organization to make himself billions of dollars and even went to what looks like lengths to make sure the mother of his children was separated out from the criminal activity so she could carry on if he did get in trouble. So I think we're looking at a pretty sophisticated businessman here.
Good for him.
What do you think this means for Binance moving forward? You mentioned that there are still business activities in different parts of the world. Binance has been under regulatory scrutiny from many different jurisdictions for many different years. Do you think that this sentencing will have any bearing on how regulators in different countries look at the company?
They may provide continued scrutiny on the business to ensure they're complying with laws. But look, since this has all taken place since November when the plea deal started, Binance has carried on with very little more than a blemish due to this individual. And him stepping down as the head of the company really hasn't swayed investors and users of the cryptocurrency world from doing their trading. And so I don't think it will have much long-term impact on this business. And the $4.3 billion that's paid in sanctions and fines is really a drop in the bucket.
I know 4 months doesn't seem like a very long sentence, but do you think that CZ will serve the full 4 months, or are there any terms around his sentencing that could see him exit prison before the 4 months is up?
So there's always a potential for a short-term sentence for good behavior. This might be one of those cases. He appears to be doing all that he can to get out of this mess. So if there's a chance, I think he'll find the way.
Good behavior in 4 months. This dude's gonna get out. Can you imagine he gets out before 4 months? Wow. You think so? Really? Like they let you out good behavior for a small sentence like that? That's wild. I honestly thought you'd have to, fulfill the whole thing. It's really not that long. That's crazy. That is crazy. Anyway, it's like, all right, honey, don't worry about it. I'll be out before summertime. No worries. It's crazy. Anyways, Binance founder CZ again faces sentencing over money laundering violations. This is Crypto World CNBC television before he was actually sentenced last evening. So let's get into this, see what they got to say over here.
Today, former Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao faces sentencing in federal court. MicroStrategy reports a wide earnings miss in Q1, even with Bitcoin's huge gains. And Kevin Danino of KCDPR explains what it's like to run a crypto business in today's environment.
Perfect. Hit that like button, guys. Appreciate you hanging out.
Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Tanea McKeel. Crypto prices sliding to end the month. Bitcoin fell more than 3.5% to the $60,000 level by noon Eastern. Ether.
Yeah, we thought that was bad. Looking at a 58,000 now. I wonder if we're going to see a bounce back with the ETFs waking up. I wonder. What do you guys think?
Dropped 6% below $3,000, and Polygon lost 7% to trade at 66 cents. Bitcoin tumbled 11% in April, also by noon Eastern, marking its first down month in 8 and its worst month since November 2022. Meanwhile, Ether falling 13% to its first negative month in 8 and worst month since June 2022. Investors expecting more choppy trading in a narrow range in the month ahead now that the key Bitcoin catalysts, the ETF and halving, are behind us, and macro and geopolitical pressures weigh on the markets broadly.
Sell in May and go away. I want sub penny. Caspa. No. GigaWall trades. Shut up.
Okay, let's talk about the top stories. MicroStrategy reported a loss of more than $53 million in the first quarter of 2024. That's thanks to a digital asset impairment charge the self-described Bitcoin development company reported, totaling more than $191 million. That impairment
damn.
comes despite Bitcoin's surge of nearly 67% in Q1. MicroStrategy also updated its total Bitcoin holdings to 214,400 at an average price of $35,180 per Bitcoin as of April 26th. Shares of the stock plunged this morning following yesterday's report, down nearly 15% as of noon. Next, spot Bitcoin and Ether ETFs just made their debut in Asia. The six funds began trading on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange 3 months after the approval of spot ETFs here in the US. The products were issued by China Asset Management, Bocera Asset Management, and Harvest Global Investments, and collectively saw a first-day trading volume of more than 10 million shares. This launch beats the US's decision on spot Ether ETFs. The SEC is expected to make that decision in May. Finally, Changpeng Zhao, the ex-CEO of Binance, is about to find out if he faces prison time. Back in November, he pleaded guilty to enabling money laundering on the Binance platform, all part of a plea deal that required the exchange to pay $4.3 billion in fines and for him to pay $50 million while stepping down as CEO.
Dude, $50 million is literally pennies to this guy.
These lawyers have asked for probation, while prosecutors are asking for 3 years in prison, more than the 10 to 16 months legal experts told CNBC were the guidelines for these crimes. Judges can use their discretion, so we'll be watching to see just how much prison time might be handed down to CZ during the hearing. But this case stands as a sharp contrast to rival firm FTX, which was revealed to be a massive fraud back in 2022. Yeshe Yadav, a law professor and associate dean at Vanderbilt, told CNBC that CZ could benefit from the fact that Binance is still operational and working on compliance efforts. Now, all that being said, the sentencing hearing is happening on the West Coast, so the verdict is coming after this show goes up on Tuesday. You should check out CNBC.com for the latest on Changpeng Zhao's sentencing.
He is
all right, for our main story,
in jail.
Let's talk about the outlook for crypto businesses. The turmoil over at Binance, the fall of FTX, several crypto bankruptcies, and a huge crash in crypto markets damaged trust in the ecosystem. But things seem to be looking up this year. Crypto World's Jordan Smith spoke with Kevin Danino, founder and president of KCD PR, to find out how crypto businesses are positioning themselves in 2024.
Bitcoin came roaring back after the doldrums of last year. When we spoke to you last time, it was like June of 2023. It seems like investors are interested in this space again. And what has 2024 looked like for crypto businesses that you work with? How has sentiment or energy changed compared to, say, 2023 when we were coming out of the FTX drama?
I think a lot of it you can really tie back to the launch of the various Bitcoin-related ETFs that have hit the market. And with that, you really kind of brought in Main Street into the fold, into the crypto world. And so 2024 has definitely been a fairly upbeat year as it has to do with crypto prospects across the board and folks that we're working with. But when you bring in the Main Street group into the fold, I think that's been a game changer for the industry. And so new projects have definitely kind of taken flight this year. In comparison to last year, Jordan.
And one of the things we're seeing across the U.S. economy right now are layoffs here and there. And right now, tech has been so many of those layoffs that have been announced. And when we're looking at crypto specifically, just this week, we talked about on Crypto World, Yuga Labs announced layoffs, announced a restructuring. On the other hand, we've also reported on Crypto World that VC interest is coming back in crypto. So it seems like it's an uncertain or confusing time in the space. What are you seeing in terms of uncertainty, or should we expect more layoffs in crypto? What does the uncertainty look like right now?
I mean, I think a lot of the uncertainty really kind of came through with crypto winter. And so a lot of crypto companies and projects are really operating fairly lean and mean as it is these days. So if anything, my guess is that we're probably at sort of the bottom cycle of that as it has to do with layoffs. Obviously, tech continues to sort of see that shift. That said, I think crypto likely already went through it in that regards. And I think just in general, the Web3 crypto space teams as a whole tend to be run fairly lean as is, and that's probably benefited the industry as a whole and when it comes to do with that.
Zarkov said 160 million in leveraged Bitcoin positions wiped out in the last 24 hours. Crazy. It's like people don't know this sell in May and go away thing. Like, it literally happens almost every single May.
When it comes to legal challenges, one of the first things that comes to mind is obviously the FTX and the stuff that we were worried about in 2022 into 2023. As we're talking today, we're getting a sentencing of Binance's former CEO, Changpeng Zhao. obviously, we all paid attention to what happened with FTX, but now looking at the space, does that seem sort of in the rearview mirror, less important to crypto investors, or the types of things that would have made businesses more skittish? Is that out of the way now? Are people less concerned?
I don't think it's out of the way. I think, trust in general is huge in any industry, in particular with customers, potential buyers, et cetera, as well. And so I think that's definitely been a little bit of a stain, if you will, on the crypto industry, and that rebuilding trust is going to be important to do so. And I think, again, I know the crypto space doesn't like to hear this, but regulation as a whole still probably needs to take a little bit more flight in this space to get the Main Street consumer feeling more comfortable to, in many cases, invest, whether it's with their retirement funds, or, extra cash on the table as well into these projects too. And then you'll see that again on the VC side as well. So I think trust is going to be earned and needed to be rebuilt, Jordan, in that regards.
Yeah, I'm going to ask about regulation in just a second, because I think that's an important one. But I wonder, individually with businesses specifically, are there ways that you're seeing businesses that you deal with work on that rebuilding of trust individually, because we haven't seen any movement when it comes to regulation? How are they working on it themselves?
A lot of it is transparency and stems with just the broader corporate communications that are coming out from the company. How are we communicating with our audiences, whether it's investors, customers, vendors, et cetera? And so, the crypto space as a whole has probably been a little bit softer on that in terms of really kind of, in many cases, flying by the seat of their pants. That can't happen anymore. And so what we're seeing is sort of a fundamental change in terms of the structure of how crypto and Web3 brands are communicating. And again, a lot of it, Jordan, goes back to the fact that now we have Main Street really entering the fray. One key point that actually came up is I think the big differentiator here is now you have a huge distribution network of financial advisors that are now able to offer their clients access to the crypto asset class via these ETFs. And so when you're seeing large financial institutions dedicating 3, 4, 5% of their total portfolio to the crypto space and Bitcoin as itself right now, that's a game changer. But with that comes a lot of responsibility from the broader industry as a whole. And so in order to do that, transparency, being clear on our communications, being consistent really is going to be an important trend going forward.
Speaking of ETFs and regulation, I think that all goes back to the SEC. We're seeing renewed challenges against DeFi platforms, and the SEC itself has picked up the pace in terms of crypto enforcement in the past year and a half or so. Last year, we heard a lot of talk from crypto businesses about potentially leaving the US if those challenges go on, if the SEC continues its stance. Looking at it this year, though, especially as they're ramping up law enforcement action against DeFi platforms, have you heard any conversations about companies or organizations saying that they would look outside the US, at least at the same volume that we heard it in 2023?
Not at the volume of last year. And I think there's probably going to be a happy dance and balance here that the SEC and regulators are going to have to take with various crypto brands. I mean, I definitely see, you mentioned on the VC side, we're seeing small seed Series A investments into various DeFi protocols, et cetera. And it is sort of shaping up to be a DeFi summer, if you will, coming out of crypto winter. And so I would say expect the SEC to continue to really toe the line on that. I know they've been ruling by enforcement pretty consistently on this, but I think there'll be an even balance in that regards kind of going forward as we look to the second half of this year, and knowing that an election is looming too, and you have kind of various political entities sort of jostling for power in that regards as well.
Okay, that's all for crypto.
Good point. The election year is really going to mess things up, I would think anyways. All right, let's move on to Altcoin Daily's video. We're going to watch Lark after this. I want to see what he's got to say about CZ over here. Time to sell crypto immediately. Bitcoin crashing due to this. Let's see what he's got to say over here. If he shills anything, I'll skip it. Links in the description. Let's do it.
We got 3 of the issuers on stage to mark this momentous occasion as Hong Kong becomes the first in Asia to offer retail investors a chance to trade cryptocurrency ETFs.
Why is Bitcoin crashing today? I mean, we literally saw a flash crash from around $64,000 to now $59,000. And what's worse is not that we saw a crash. Crashes happen every day with Bitcoin, but actually we're now starting to see a series of lower highs and lower lows, indicating a trend change to the negative. And to watch today's whole video, I'll share with you what's really causing this, as well as CZ of Binance going to prison and much more. But just understand that today started out so historic.
Damn, this lady serves them shits on a platter.
Stock Exchange, and the market is open. It is 9:30. We're just running a couple minutes behind, but you can see they are assembling in front of the gong. This is a big listing ceremony today. The launch of crypto ETFs. It'll be the first time in Asia retail investors have a chance to trade cryptocurrency ETFs at spot prices.
So just like what BlackRock did.
Imagine if it just had a Bitcoin symbol in the middle of the gong. That would have been epic.
In America, the BlackRock of China did in Hong Kong to both Bitcoin and ETH.
Now, this comes just 3 months after the U.S. launch of similar ETFs tracking spot Bitcoin. It has drawn billions in dollars of net inflows, also contributing to a surge in a Bitcoin price earlier this year. Year to date, it's about 50%. It has hit all-time highs last month, over 73,000 U.S. dollars. Now, you can see that the Bitcoin ETFs, there's about 14 ETFs that have hit the market today from 3 different issuers. Those issuers are China Asset Management Company, Harvest Global Investment, and Hashkey Exchange. You can see the countdown has started.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And the impact from this, the inflows into this, was
awesome.
Underwhelming.
That's great.
But there's a lot of people that are overhyping the value that will provide.
So you, as an Altcoin Daily subscriber, you were ready for this. You knew that the Hong Kong Bitcoin and ETH ETF launch would be much smaller than BlackRock's in America.
The problem is the Hong Kong market is very small. Mainland Chinese investors will not be allowed to invest in China. Is very strict on this stuff. It's not there. You're not just going to get to be able to buy access using a VPN and different things. Like, this is China we're talking about.
And how much money actually flowed in on the first full day. We tried to warn everyone to lower expectations regarding Hong Kong, especially versus the $25 billion Hopium estimate. That said, if you localize numbers, this was big. Just the China AMC Bitcoin ETF took in over $123 million on day one, which already ranks it 6th of 82 ETFs launched in the last 3 years in Hong Kong and top 20% overall.
To put it in perspective, the Hong Kong ETF market is about 40-ish, 45-ish, $48 billion in assets. All ETFs listed in Hong Kong. The US ETFs are over 50. So the US ETFs that we have here, the US spot Bitcoin ETFs, have more in assets, the entire asset space in Hong Kong. That's not to say, like, if these things get $1 billion in assets in the first year, that would be an absolute smashing success.
Again, people were expecting much more, which is one of the narratives on why Bitcoin keeps dipping. Another big reason people think we're dipping is because inflows for BlackRock ETF have stopped. BlackRock's
Also, buy the rumor, sell the news, right in the Hong Kong ETF. I mean, what else is new?
Bitcoin ETF daily inflow on halt for 4 days straight. This is coming off a 71-day inflow streak. Now the inflows have stopped, meaning BlackRock clients are no longer buying. And according to the data from
because they're a bunch of Timmies and they don't understand Bitcoin. They're just buying when price goes up, not when it goes down.
BlackRock's official page, the fund has held the same amount of Bitcoin over the last 4 trading days, leaving a lot of average retail investors to worry, to sell their bags in fear. Again, Altcoin Daily subscribers understand this is normal.
First of all, most ETFs don't see a flow every day in or out. For the most part, it's going to be zero. That's probably going to be more along the lines of what's normal going forward. It's standard and normal procedure for an ETF just not to have flows on a given day. There are going to be days and weeks where these things see meaningful outflows. We just haven't really seen it yet, aside from anything from GBTC.
And then, of course, the biggest reason Bitcoin had this red wick today, leverage being flushed out, $140 million in levered positions liquidated in 4 hours as Bitcoin and crypto markets drop, meaning
You got be if anybody's trading with leverage, please be careful. It's man, liquidated means 0. You got wiped out completely. That's awful.
levered long positions were betting that the Bitcoin price would go up. And then when it started to turn down, that liquidated the longs, suppressing price. Of course, always good to get this flushed out. And really, in the grand scheme of things, a 20% correction from all-time high is normal. This is the fourth 20% correction in BTC in 12 months. Pretty ordinary stuff. I would expect, since we had so much mania into the Bitcoin halving, that post-Bitcoin halving, for a few months, us to consolidate. We have our next support around the $51,000 BTC price point. We could easily drop to around here. By the way, also where the 200-day moving average is as well. If we take another leg lower, that's where I'd expect price to land. And with Binance, ex-Binance CEO CZ sentenced to 4 months in prison. This was after pleading guilty to one count of violating the Bank Secrecy Act last November. The DOJ was recommending 3 years. So because this is only 4 months versus 3 years, it's a win. And also, after those 4 months, CZ isn't left with nothing. CZ's still a billionaire.
As part of his plea agreement, he is allowed to keep his shares in Binance. He has around a 90% stake. The value
90% stake
of that is around $43 billion. Perfect. He ranks on Bloomberg's own rich list on number 38. So this is one of the wealthiest.
That's what it was. Bloomberg's rich list, number 38. That's crazy.
Individuals in the world, and by far the wealthiest prison inmates when he eventually does go to prison, whether it's for 18 months or 3 years or sometime in between.
How much you want to bet them prison guards are making friends with his ass just because he's freaking loaded?
So he will still be wildly wealthy and will be leaving prison after his sentence, a billionaire.
We also have Bitcoin OG Roger Ver. He is the creator of Bitcoin Cash, labeled Bitcoin Jesus back in the day because he was such a proponent for Bitcoin. Think of him as the early Michael Saylor. Just in, Bitcoin Jesus Roger Ver charged with $50 million tax evasion. Roger was arrested this weekend in Spain with possible extradition to the U.S. The DOJ alleges that Ver evaded paying taxes to the amount of nearly $50 million, conducted mail fraud, and filed false tax returns. To me, this is so shocking because my brother and I were just hanging with Roger in Dubai at Token 2049. We shared a car ride with him to the Karate Combat event. So like a 50-minute car ride where he was just sharing early days stories, talking about jiu-jitsu, which he's into. Honestly, truly was a super nice guy. And while he's being charged with $50 million tax evasion, keep in mind, Roger is literally a multi-billionaire. I assume he will just settle / plea deal and move on, but we'll see. And I did not know this, or I was reminded of this, that Roger actually revoked his U.S. citizenship before selling this Bitcoin, and they still find ways to charge him. So he wasn't
how is that even possible?
American citizen. It was officially over when he sold. If you got value today, hit the like button. That's
so weird. Yeah, guys, the like button. If you're interested in Altcoin Daily, go check out their link in the description. We also have Lark Davis over here. Moving on. Why you're always broke. Come on, Lark. Don't do me like that. Let's see what he's got to say over here.
So you have decided that you want to get into crypto to make life-changing money. Where's the money at? Why are you still feeling broke?
Damn it.
Well, you're in the right place. But just maybe you misunderstood how things work around here. Just maybe you are doing something that is wrecking your portfolio and your chances of actually getting rich. Now, according to the 2023 Henley & Partners inaugural Crypto Wealth Report, there are approximately 88,200 crypto millionaires worldwide, with more than 40,000 of them holding Bitcoin. Now, with the advent of the bull run, exciting times, I know it's been a bit challenging recently, but the numbers probably higher than they were last year. 88,200 is a big number, though, but there are estimated to be 425 million crypto users worldwide, which means only a small percentage of those people actually made life-changing money. So what gives? Well, this is probably because a lot of investors still have false beliefs. And I want to bust some of these myths in this video. Stay with me until the end, because one of them just might be holding you back from actually making the millions of dollars that other people can make and you can make too. One of the founding fathers, Benjamin Franklin, B. Frank, what's up, man? Once he said that an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. And of course, great wise advice. This quote, given to us a couple hundred years ago, still rings true today. We often hear DYOR, that's do your own research, before investing your hard-earned money into crypto. But do we follow it? Just ape, right? What could go wrong? Well, a couple of years ago, the Motley Fool, a financial and investment advice company based in the USA, conducted a quiz and found out that the average American lacks even basic investment knowledge. The average person in the USA only got 48% of the questions that they were asking correctly. Now, the questions do not even tackle crypto stuff, which is arguably, of course, even harder once again, since it's a completely new asset class with new technical aspects and rules and all this kind of stuff, right? Sometimes a dozen updates happen every single day in crypto. Is wild. So yeah, if you have decided to enter into this niche, you better be prepared to study hard, to do your homework. You can't expect just to throw money into some new coin and hope that it's going to just triple your portfolio overnight. You might get lucky, but you're probably not going to be the exception. You're probably going to be the rule of people who get their asses handed to them. And while there is a possibility of winning it big, the higher possibility you lose everything if you don't do your homework right. So you have to put in the work. I know it's not sexy, but it's important. The second example is a bit controversial, especially with the Bitcoin maximalists out there, but somebody needs to say it anyway. Look, Bitcoin's the OG. I love me some Bitcoin, but it's not the only game in town. Far from it. Yes, it is the safest cryptocurrency since it has the largest market cap, and big financial institutions like BlackRock and Fidelity, they've given it the stifling embrace that they do. But other projects can also be considered to be blue chips and relatively quote unquote safe plays for crypto. Personally, I think Bitcoin is the gold standard. However, that's not.
I wonder what he went on to say there, because he definitely clipped that out. Right there, he cut himself in the camera, like in the video.
Financial institutions like BlackRock and Fidelity, they've given it the stifling embrace that they do. But other projects can also be considered to be blue chips and relatively quote unquote safe plays for crypto. Personally, I think Bitcoin is the gold standard. However, that does not stop me from investing in other projects like Ethereum, Avalanche, Polkadot, Chainlink, right?
Yeah, Polkadot's I think going to be a decent buy. Chainlink, I've heard also same thing.
I also don't shy away from those smaller market cap coins.
I don't have any Chainlink,
Jupiter, though. Beam, Aerodrome, for example. Full portfolio disclosures in the description and the pinned comment on X. But you'll say, but Lark, why risk it? Well, Bitcoin will go to millions after 2030, so why not just go all in and wait? I know it's cliche to say that we are here for the technology and the financial revolution, which we are. It's what makes us
We're here for the money.
Class
Let's
so
be real.
exciting.
Most people are here.
We
for
also
money.
need to be honest that we're here to make as much ka-ching as we can. All right,
Facts.
stuff as many of these bad boys in your pocket as you can. Let's go. Now, Bitcoin gives us one of the 2, 3, 5x this cycle. Great, but lesser known projects have potential to give us 10 or even 100x gains. For 2024 alone, Bitcoin grew 68.8% when it reached its 73K all-time high. That's impressive. But according to CoinGecko's research, other narratives like real-world assets, AI, they grew by more than 200% as in all the coins combined.
Crazy.
Just in the first quarter of 2024. And let us not forget, meme coins gave us those mind-boggling 1,300% returns.
1,312% returns on meme coins. Jeez.
Bruh. On average.
So
A lot
crazy.
of them, of course, went to zero, but still big numbers, right? Now, let me ask you a question. How much of your asset do you keep on a decentralized exchange? This is the next thing we need to bust. If you keep the majority of all your crypto assets in exchanges, then let me remind you of this line. Not your keys, not your coins. Very simple. And let me also remind you of the 2022 FTX collapse. Once very popular crypto exchange failed.
How many of you guys got whacked in the FTX thing? Did you guys lose any money on it? Let me know in the chat.
Due to news, of course, that the company was misusing
Super
and
sad.
embezzling customer money. So dumb. All they had to do was not steal people's money and they would have been so rich. Anyway,
Yeah,
according to
no
reports,
shit.
customers of the exchange lost $8
Stupid.
billion. This is a reminder that centralized exchanges are not banks.
That's a pure like greedy move. Like FTX would have done great if they didn't like spoil it by doing all that crazy shit and spending all money like just crazy. Celsius, oh, you got burnt at Celsius. Damn. That's
I'm
terrible.
not saying the banks are better either. Banks also pretty
I
problematic.
never had either of them. Actually, I never been on Binance, Celsius, or FTX, to be honest.
At it these days, since money left in the bank does lose its purchasing power, assuming the bank doesn't collapse. Bank collapses are seeming to happen more and more all the time. If there is any consolation, at least banks do have FDIC insurance up to $250,000 and probably going to get a government bailout anyway.
Oh shit, Santana just dropped a fact in the chat. He said, if you revoke your U.S. citizenship, you still have to pay taxes for 11 years. What? That's wild.
Now, if you have to use exchanges, just transfer what you need to trade
Damn.
or learn how to trade on chain through your own wallet that you control the keys of. Also pretty
That's a
cool. I
big
know
oof.
trading on chain, especially in the Ethereum network, can feel like highway robbery, but go use layer 2, go trade on Base, go trade on Arbitrum, go trade on Solana. It costs like a penny in fees. Instead of paying an arm and leg on ETH, use that layer 2 solution or another blockchain. And after trading, you might want to keep your crypto, of course, in a self-custody wallet. Now, look, I've made videos.
Yes, if you guys are interested in Tangem, CCXD for 10% off. But Tangem's my favorite wallet, honestly, by far. I use it every single day. It has a swap feature inside of it. It's stupid cheap, and it's easy as shit to use. So if you guys are interested, go check that out. I don't know which ones he's going to shill here, but Tangem's my favorite. I do like the LEPAL, and I do have a Ledger as well. Ledger's like, I haven't plugged it in years because I'm nervous to now. But Tangem is like the everyday like checking account wallet that I use, and it's awesome.
It's about Jupiter and crypto wallets and all that kind of stuff. I'll leave some links below to that if you want to know more. But
I'm not trying to shill it. I just wanted to let you guys know that's literally the one I use every day. And that and Trust Wallet's a good one if you want like a free version of an app. But again, that's just an app, so it's kind of like it's a hot wallet, right? You could get hacked or something could happen. So
before we get into the next myth that we're going to bust that could be holding you back and keeping you broke, let me interrupt the flow real quick to let you know about something that...
Yeah, his newsletter. All right, I'm going to move on.
Now, the fourth myth is that crypto is for short-term plays only. Well, if I'm going to be honest here, there is some truth to this. We have seen, of course, several traders out there making millions of dollars in a very short period of time by trading and flipping some meme coin they put in
Trader earns $23 million flipping Solana meme coins. Oh my God.
$100 and they cashed out for $1 million.
That's crazy.
We also have some active traders who can make a lot of money using high leverage at the right time, right? But this is not...
I'm going to go set up an account right now. Put all 100x on all these meme coins I have, and just if they all go to zero, that's fine. But if they hit, hell yeah, we're buying a yacht.
The norm for most people in the market. Most of the time, you need to hold that bag for at least a little while before you can cash out. A lot of people want to get rich overnight. If you can have a little bit more patience than that, you're already ahead of most of the market. Now, there's this old chart that suggests that if you want a sure 100% profit, then you need to hold your Bitcoin for around 3.65 years, which also correlates to the 4-year cycle.
Where can you even trade meme coins on leverage? I know like Bybit's one, but you need a VPN in the US, right? You can't use them legally. Is there any leverage places like Kraken? Actually, I don't know if they I know they did up to 5x, but I don't know if they allow meme coin trading. Do they have meme coins on that platform? I'm not sure. MEXC is really? Oh, you know what though? I can't use that in the US either. You need a VPN. Interesting.
Period. Yes, that is long, but you can double your money in 4 years if you leave it in a bank. No, you can't. Okay, obviously.
That's a fact.
Bitcoin doubles in value faster than gold, faster than the S&P 500. It's the fastest moving horse of the asset classes. And that's not all. Historical data also shows us that buying during the bear market can more than double our money. Once the bull market comes, of course, those bear market purchases are going to seem pretty good. Now, the next one, of course, myth to bust is a bit of source debate for crypto investors. And it's either you love it or you hate it, and that's meme coins. Some people call them stupid. Other people call them tokenized culture. It wasn't made to be the next form of money or to change the world. It was originally made as a joke with no utility. Dogecoin, right? However, we cannot deny the amount of money that is being made with meme coins right now. And it feels...
Oh, shit. So you need to put your ID into MEXC. Yeah, so you definitely can't. Interesting. Let me see. MEXC is open to New York, so it should be for everyone. When I go to the site, it tells me my IP is not, it doesn't allow it.
Feels stupid to me to fade that, to mid-curve that. The first quarter of 2024, meme coins like Dog with Hat and Brett and all these things gained many thousands of % gains. This niche was 4.6 times more profitable than the next best narrative, which was real-world assets. Now, what is causing these price surges, all this craziness to happen? Well, we cannot discount price expectation. After all, again, most people are here for this.
That's true. Yeah, it says for me, it doesn't dox anything. All right. I don't know if you guys can even see it, but it says your IP and nationally indicate that you are located in the country / region where MEXC services are restricted. Why is this in red? It is so hard to read. According to MEXC's terms and service, MEXC does not provide services to users in the country where you are located. So yeah, I don't know. You can use this in New York? Weird. That's so... New York's so strict too. Why can't I use it here? That's strange as hell.
But most successful meme coin projects have a dedicated community supporting them, which means that they have a lot of excited people who are going to talk about their bags and hold on to their bags. Do not fade away these tokenized connoisseurs. You can see meme coins as a representation of crypto and of internet culture more broadly. Now, the sixth thing I want to talk about is the belief that everything will just keep going up forever. It's not how it works. If you're thinking of holding for the next 5 or 10 years, then yeah, it's just going to keep going up, right? Longer term. But this only applies to established coins, your brand names, your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, or Solana. Blindly buying a random altcoin will not guarantee you profit, even if you wait a decade.
Facts.
Data suggests that over 50% of crypto projects have died since 2014. And if you expand that out, the vast majority of the other 50% are zombies. You also have to remember that even in a bull market, a 10 to 30% correction is to be expected for Bitcoin. 30 to 70% corrections for altcoins. So keep this in mind, especially when you're using leverage. The last one, personal favorite, influencers are always right. But are they? No, of course not. No. Obviously not. Look, a lot of influencers, content creators, we're going to call them, can help you to navigate the confusing world of crypto with tutorials, explainer videos, opinion, all that kind of stuff. And you can get ideas from them, but you still need to DYR. Back to point number 1. According to the research paper called Crypto Influencers, following the advice of influencers can often generate negative returns because we're just people too, depending, of course, on the holding period. But still, the more expert the influencers claim to be, the steeper the loss can be. So you have to be aware that the people making videos on YouTube or TikTok or wherever else, they're just investors like you. Okay. They might promise and say, this is definitely going to happen. This is what's going to blah, 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 blah. Chances are they don't know what's going to happen, or maybe they're bullshitting you. They don't know what they're talking about, whatever. Look, at the end of the day, no one has a crystal ball. Not your hedge funds, not your influencers.
Nobody.
No one. I certainly don't. And I'm frequently wrong. Okay. I get stuff wrong all the time. I just get enough stuff right that I make money. I really feel the line from Socrates. All I know is that I know nothing. Anyway, just remember, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to be profitable in this market. You just need to have patience and the willingness to learn and to put in the work. And if you do that, then you're ahead of 90% of people in this market. And it might sound simple, but it works.
Yeah,
thanks for watching.
He's definitely not wrong. Shout out to Lark. I appreciate his content. He's actually very, very awesome. All right, that was a good little piece of advice, though. To be honest, I didn't mean to do that. Let me see. Sorry, messing all my shit up. All right, recapping today. Bitcoin 57,934 bucks. We got Ethereum at 29.14. Everything is on a fire sale. Again, May, sell in May and go away is the saying. It just happens, right? Don't be nervous. It is what it is. Just wait. Hold on. This bull run is not over, okay? Even though it feels like it, you want to buy fear. Exactly. Crypto meme. Look, flashbang. Apologize. Fear and greed index is at a 54, right? Be greedy when people are fearful. Be fearful when people are greedy. That is what the famous Warren Buffett always said, right? If we sold up here, we would have made some decent profits right here. You know what I mean? So is what it is. You guys just got to yeah, roll with the punches. All right, let's see. What is the, let's do 24 hours. Optimism. Looks like that's done pretty good. 24 hours up 11.7%. Cosmos Hub up 9.4%. Starknet up 8.4. Nice. Polkadot up 6.6 in the 24-hour period. Flare 5.5. Hedera 4.2. Not bad. Not bad. Cardano up 2.5. I think Cardano is really going to be, I don't know, man. It's ran up every single bull run, right? And look, when it starts, I mean, this is the 2021 bull run, right? Again, it got up to what, $3 and something, $3.09, down 85%, and they're actually actively working on this project. So I think this is going to do great things, but again, we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see. Ooh, look at this. Look at this. All right, so this is May. Interesting. It peaked up here in May, and then a sell off in June and July, and then ran back up in August and September. Interesting. Weird. I wonder if, let's see, let me go to Litecoin. Let's see. Just for shits. Wait, that was, damn, it peaked out in May. Crazy. Interesting. I mean, this time's obviously going to be different, right? Having projected going to be much later. Obviously with the ETFs, aren't they supposed to actually say something about the Ethereum ETFs in May? Am I wrong on that? Does anybody know? You can access those exchanges with a deeper connect. What do you mean, Neil? Apologize. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Let's see. I'm now accepting Solana donations to feed my meme coin addiction. You know what? Let's see. What are the meme coins at? Let's see. Solana meme coins. Look at this. Oh my God. Yeah, you got me into this one. Book of Meme, Mr. Crypto KJ, and that's doing a big right now. We got Bonk still up here, 69th, and Dog Whiff Hat, $2.40. I wonder if this is a good buy or not. I don't think any of these are a good buy, to be honest, but hey, can you make money? Yeah, probably, but good buy, probably not. Myro, I don't like, dude, there's a lot of people. Someone said this in the chat. Myro, really? Like, I don't know why this is I don't know why this would pump. I really don't. Or any of these, to be honest. Look at look at this one. This is supposed to be a Biden meme coin. That's a riot. Where's the logo? Oh my God, that's so funny. I wish I could blow that up. You guys see that? Oh my God, that's terrible. That is so funny. That is so funny. Excellent. Big Hadouken into that one. All right, well, let's see. Any other, let's see, what's the biggest earner on the week? Seems to be HNT, up 24.8%. Everything else is down. That's crazy. Well, except for there's a few things that are up, right? Like this one, Wormhole still up 64 cents, 9.2% on the week. And TRX, Tron, up to 12 cents, 5.3% up on the week. Crazy. Dude, Casp is down 18.3%. Ooh, that's a big oof. That's on the week. Crazy. Anyways, guys, sell in May and go away is the saying. Don't panic. Don't sell your bags. Don't be a Timmy. Anyways, till next time, guys. Hopefully you all have a safe and happy Wednesday. I'm gonna get back to daddy duty. You guys have a great day, and I will catch you guys bright and early tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And until then, peace out and have a good day.